A bit of an apology before we dive into this one today. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of recording in HDR on iRacing for this one, so the colours are a bit off. They were basically grayscale before I edited them, so I've upped the saturation and a couple of things like that to hopefully make them somewhat viewable, so it looks better than it did. I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, hopefully for the next video, though, it should all be sorted. I was having a couple of small issues, but I really just wanted to get in and dive into some VR iRacing for you guys here today. So hopefully you still enjoy the video. Hello everyone, and welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. Where today we're here finally back with 2021 Season 3 here on iRacing with something very different. This is going to be the start of our new Driver's Eye career mode, sort of, if you will, Driver's Eye series here on iRacing, where we are, going to be jumping in with my new PC in VR on a new iRacing account. Now, obviously, recently, iRacing did a promotion where you could get, I think it was a year's membership for about $20 with the new NASCAR update that came to the sim. So I thought, I've got VR, I thought this would be a good combination to tick off two boxes of things I wanted to do on iRacing in one go. So this will be my all-new rookie series. Obviously, we'll be starting off in the rookies. Like I said, this is a completely new iRacing account. All the races will be done in VR. All the races will be done on camera as well, obviously, just to see what we can muster up on the sim. Obviously, it's so cool racing in VR. First week, though, is here at Tsukuba in the Mazdas. Obviously, if you guys do want to enjoy, make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed as well, of course, for more iRacing content coming in the future. But yeah, let's dive into this. Right, so here we are then at Tsukuba for the very first race in VR. I'll be honest, very intrigued to see how this one will go here today. I think we've got an 11 car field with a number 1 car, despite this being our very first race on this account. So we're at 2.5 SR, no iRating whatsoever. Obviously, you don't start with any in the rookie class. I'm guessing, I'm assuming obviously everyone here is a rookie, so we'll wait and see as to how this goes. Of course, no setups, anything like that in the Mazdas either. So I'm pretty certain, I'll just double check we can't tweak anything. I don't think, no, nothing there that we can change, of course, which is good. Obviously, you're just meant to be learning how to race so far. Of course, the rookies are all about your SR. It's all about proving you can keep it clean, ready for the rest of iRacing as well. But let's head out then onto the track for our first time here in the Mazda for qualifying. We'll wait and see as to how this goes. I must admit, I do quite enjoy Tsukuba. It's a bit of a weird circuit for me. On paper, I should absolutely hate this place. It just does not seem to be a track that normally I enjoy. But, I don't know. On Gran Turismo Sport, back on Forza, back in the day when it actually had decent tracks, this was always a good fun place to head to. So hopefully today we're going to have a good fun race. I was quite excited obviously when this track got announced. It must have been, what, back in 2019, maybe 2020 I want to say? I can't quite remember for sure. But obviously the Mazda as well with the new updated gearbox, everything like that, is so much more fun to drive. I did actually do a race on my main account a couple of weeks back. Obviously, it must have been week 13 even, last week. And it was really good fun, obviously, jumping back into this car. You know, it's got a pit lane limiter, everything like that. It feels a bit more sophisticated now, which I think is important, as iRacing sort of very much now is in a very different place to where it was when you used to use this car to train for the rest of the game. But anyway, let's just see as to how this goes then. First qualifying lap about to start now, heading down towards turn 1. Want to brake just on that grey tarmac on the outside, keep it pinned on the apex, then really allow the car to roll out here. Obviously Tsukuba is such a small little circuit, you just got to make it as wide as you possibly can, obviously without picking up any instant points there. Brake on the curb for the next hairpin, and again try and keep it close to that apex. I found in practice, obviously, sort of just washing out about halfway through the corner there, just sort of trying to get used to sort of VR, working out where I've actually got the car positioned and everything like that there. Clip the grass on the inside, and then really try and square in your run for the next hairpin. Again, bring it down to the apex, hold it on that curb there, just as the curb sort of nips away from you. You really then want to try and get on the power as well on the exit there. Back up into third gear here. Don't think you'll need fourth. Perhaps you will, actually. As we head in towards the final corner, we'll try and use all the revs in third gear there. I think we just about got away with that. As we head down around the final turn, a little bit too brave on the way in. Hopefully it's not going to compromise our run on the way out there. 105.2 fast lap so far. We do a 104.5, which is exactly what you like to see around this circuit. We'll go for our second lap though, see if we can improve. A couple of quick times coming in there of 104.8 for someone else as well.
But yeah, let's just keep it dialed in, see if we can set another new fastest lap there. Oh, a lot of curb through the second hairpin, that's okay though. Should be able to get away with that. As we head, big correction there through the second part. Under the bridge we go, but try and keep it nice and tidy. More and more good times coming in from people. But we need to just focus on getting the rest of this lap hooked up. Oh, that was good. That was nice. That felt quick as well. As we head out of the penultimate corner here, let's just see what we can do on the run up to the line. In towards the final corner of the lap. We'll use fourth gear this time round. Allows us to use a little bit more engine brake as well as we head through the final turn. Now keep it close to the apex on the inside. Through the final corner. Use up all the runoff. May as well go straight line to the flag. And it's going to be off 104.2. So we do find another couple of tenths there as a couple of other people are improving as well. But yeah, that might just be good enough for pole position here, ready in Tsukuba. So with qualifying all done and dusted then, we did end up sneaking away pole position there. David Dale though in P2, only a couple of tenths behind us in the end there. Kyle and Alessandro looking very, very quick as well. And you can see the rest of the order 11 cars on the grid, ready for this one here today. Hopefully we can keep it clean and tidy early on off the start. Try and get through turn 1 in one piece. It's so cool the fact obviously we've got the mirrors and everything like that on both sides. I do absolutely love iRacing in VR, but yeah, maybe we can just keep it clean, keep it tidy today. Like I said, turn 1 is going to be absolutely critical in this one. We might see some hot scents coming in from cars around us, but hopefully, yeah, we can get through our very first race back in the rookies. It does feel weird to be back in the rookie cars on iRacing as well there. Like I said, my very, very first race in VR as well. It is kind of insane to think about as well there, but hopefully we'll be getting ready to go green in just a second. Yeah, gonna be about another 35-40 second hold. Right, almost ready to go green then here at Tsukuba. 15 laps ahead of us around this track. Should be about a 16-minute race as well. But I'm so excited to jump into this today. Hopefully we don't get taken out down at turn 1. I might be very, very cautious in towards that first corner, to be honest with you guys. But here we go then. We've got the red lights on. Hopefully no one jumps the start. Lights out and away we go there. And we did respond quite well to the lights. Let's just see if anyone goes for anything down in towards turn 1 there. It seems like Dale didn't get the best run in towards the first corner. Everyone seemingly pretty well behaved through that first turn. Dale gets alongside us on the exit there, but luckily we got the power just a little bit earlier down in towards turn 2 and turn 3. Oh, very, very deep though in towards that second corner there. That might open up the door for him. So he's going to have a look to the outside there, but again, we just get the run on the exit of the corner there, park on the apex through turn 4. And I think we have just about held on off the start. Oh, cold tyres, Matt, remember that. Just remember this thing can still bite if it wants to, but I think we have, yeah, just about survived the start here. That was exactly what we needed off the start of this race. It's just so cool being able to check all the mirrors, everything like that here as we head down in towards the final corner. There might be a big send coming in from P3. Too sure who that is. That's Kyle, of course, up in P3 there as well. We want to keep the instant points as low as possible as well here if we can. Not the best run out of the final turn. Is Dale going to have a look for something back in towards turn 1? Yes, he is. Oh, he's going to slot up the inside there as I think Kyle went for the move on him. That was not quite what we needed, but I think we've come out of that in one piece there. Did get a 4x for it, but not a lot we could do in that situation. So that's going to leave, yeah, I think Kyle was a day late and $1 short on that one. No idea who's now up into P2. I think it is Bad Rule. So perhaps our two main rivals in this race have just been taken out in that instant there. Ooh. But yeah, that was a bit of a dramatic start in the end. Yeah, I think Kyle was just a bit too brave with the dive bomb there in towards turn 1. Obviously, I think Dale, fair play to him for going for it, but Kyle, yeah, I think should have probably worked out to back out of that one. And yeah, obviously we'd already started to turn into the corner there, already gave Dale the room for one car on the inside. But yeah, certainly don't think we were going to be able to give two cars the room there. David, though, still up into P3 again, so I don't think he's completely out of it. No idea where Kyle is in this race, as we've got one guy into the pits there, so I think we've only got 8 or 9 cars left in the running. But yeah, no, not too bad for us. So I don't think we've picked up any damage. Car still feels fine. Can't see any... Oh, we've definitely knocked that wing mirror. That is definitely not where it should be. So that's lost one of our mirrors. What's that guy doing? That was horrible. I needed that mirror. See when people were dive bombing me into some of the hairpins, but there we go. Such is life. Such is the realism of iRacing, I suppose. So it's not quite what we needed off the start, but I mean now we're starting to pull away just a little bit. Obviously, all these races aren't going to be full POV there. How that wasn't a 1X, I'll never know. Takashi's back out on track, though. I think you do get one fast repair. Yeah, you do get one in this race as well, though, which is good. So yeah, Takashi back out onto the circuit. Yeah, no, not too bad for us, though. So we head back through the final corner to finish off lap 3. We're doing alright so far. We're doing really, really well early on in this race. That gap up to 2.2 to the guy behind us. We're definitely being able to brake a lot later in towards turn 1. So yeah, definitely, just to get the tyres up to temperature, get everything working, obviously, that you don't quite get the full experience of in qualifying, really does allow you to push a whole lot more on race trim as well. I definitely feel like there's going to be a 103 capable in the car, as that's not going to help us. Just a little kick from the back end. That's alright though. Not the end of the world. We head back through the next couple of turns. Again, I do just love Tsukuba. It's such a good combo, this. I mean, Mazdas and Tsukuba in so many sims and games is just such a brilliant little combination to give a go as well. It's almost like they're made for each other. It's like Mazdas, and I mean Laguna Seca, obviously owned by them now as well, is another great combo. And I think, yeah, iRacing has sort of just made that so clear that these sort of tracks do work with these sorts of cars. I absolutely love the Mazda Cup car as well on iRacing. Obviously, it's nice to jump back into it, I'll be honest. This was one of the reasons, obviously, when they did the sale on the new accounts. Obviously, I've got VR, so I wanted to do that as well. I thought it's going to be great fun just jumping back into some of these old school cars that we just obviously have no real desire to drive anymore on our main, obviously main account. Of course, I did actually try a couple of months ago to do a global Mazda race. I think it was around Charlotte Roval, even, I want to say. And obviously, where I already had like a B or an A license, I think at the time, probably B. Normally that's about where I run on iRacing. Unfortunately, one guy there just decided he'd had enough and was just taking people out. I don't think he was a rookie. I think he was like C or D license. So I'm not too sure how he'd managed to get out of rookies if that was his mentality. But yeah, no, just completely decided he'd had enough and was crashing into people, which was not fun for anyone. Because I think, yeah, he did manage to successfully take about 4 of us out over the course of that race, which was really, really disappointing at the end of the day there. But round in the final couple of turns to finish off, this is what, lap 4 of this race? No, lap 5 even. So we're racking the laps up already pretty quickly here. 10 to go now of this race. Obviously we can't, I don't know if you can disable obviously like the commentary things. Obviously we haven't got crew chief going on in the background for this one. I thought obviously we got the mirrors, everything like that, we can have a look around, we should be able to spot when cars are coming at us. So I thought we'll get rid of all that for this series as well, try and make it a bit different from sort of like the main standard iRacing content on the channel, which will hopefully be returning over the next couple of days. To be honest, by the time this video goes live, it might have already returned as well. There, obviously we're going to be jumping back into VRS. I've already bought the Porsche, all ready for that. Obviously we're going to jump into a couple of other things as well that sort of takes my fancy, but I think VRS is probably going to be, yeah, the stable series for us once again over the course of 2021 Season 3 there. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously going to be very, very good fun as well. Obviously diving back in with all the rookie cars and things like that. I'm probably going to do some oval as well on it. Street stocks is going to be a shambles, is going to be my guess. Street stocks is going to be very, very fun in these cars as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't quite know what the calendar is for these, but I'm guessing obviously it'll be the likes of Laguna Seca. We'll probably do a couple of Lime Rocks. Alton Park as well. I'm really, really looking forward if we've got Alton Park on the combo there. That's always great fun in pretty much any car. Alton Park seems to have had a bit of a renaissance on iRacing since it's gone free to play there. People suddenly love the place, and I can see why. It is a good fun track. I remember racing it way, way back on Project Cars 2, and it even made that game somewhat fun when it was working as well, which is quite an impressive feat, I'll be honest. But anyway, David is back up into P2. So we've pulled away from Badrell and Macau. But is David gaining on us? I think David is gaining on us at this stage of the day there. The interval's sort of going up and down as you'd naturally expect it to on iRacing as well there. But yeah, no, David might be giving us a bit of a run for our money in the second half of this race, so he might have picked up a bit less damage than me, for example. Oh, that's not the line through the final corner either. But yeah, you might have a bit more performance still in that car. We're still sitting sort of mid at 104s. Don't know if we've been able to get a 103 in on the board so far today. But yeah, David is definitely taking time out of us. Another 3/10 that lap. This could get close towards the end, so we'll have to monitor that as well. Come on, get those in. Flip that curb. It's so much fun though in VR, I must admit. I do absolutely love... I mean, iRacing's brilliant fun anyway, but taking it on in VR was like the main reason I got this headset, I'll be honest. I just wanted to try it out. Something a little bit different, you know, especially with a new PC as well, of course. I think I mentioned the specs at the intro of the video as well, but obviously RTX 3090, AMD R9 5950X as well. I mean, I think the graphics, I'm going to have to tweak probably a couple of things, I think, ready for the next video. So hopefully, obviously, we can get some better quality. I'm not too sure if it's just, obviously, the fact the Oculus Rift S doesn't have the best display in the world or what. But yeah, no, I'm probably going to tweak a couple of things, obviously, over the coming weeks and months as I sort of learn more about VR as well. But yeah, no, it's so much fun with this headset there as David takes another couple of seconds, another couple of tenths, sorry, even out of me, I should say, not another couple of seconds. We'd be in a world of hurt. He was doing that already, so he's setting good mid or low 104s at this stage of the day, but we just need to keep it clean, keep it tidy. Don't need to do anything stupid. I don't think we've picked up any more instant points. Don't think so, yeah, no, we've only got the 4x still from that lap 2 collision. But yeah, no, so far so good. We might actually lap Takashi by the end of this one as well, so we'll keep tabs on that, just make sure we don't get any issues with him. But yeah, I'm loving this so far. I cannot wait to do more of this on iRacing. To be honest, I was sort of thinking about where I want to take this series as well, obviously down the line. Obviously, going to have to buy content over again as well, so we'll sort of probably will only focus on like a couple of series a season. So obviously like 2021 Season 3 is going to be all about the rookies. You know, we'll do the Mazda Cup, we'll do probably the street stocks as well, obviously depending on how much of a cluster biff that is. But of course, yeah, you know, as we move in towards the next couple of championships, probably going to be focusing on, I'm thinking Formula cars a bit, but I'm also thinking sort of GT cars like we do with my main as well. We'll sort of have a look around, see what we want to do. To be honest, it might just be a case of seeing what's going on at the time and seeing what takes our fancy as well. I might jump in as well with some Formula V over the course of this championship, you know, as we try and get towards our D, maybe even our C license down the line as well. I'm not too sure. Can you actually use rookies to promote higher up levels? So you need your NPR as well, won't you, from D license? So we'll wait and see sort of like what free content we've got for things like that as well. Yeah, I've really not got much idea about where I want to take this series as well, you know, sort of what like the end goal is. It's not like, I know back in the day a few people did like Formula cars all the way up to Formula 1, but of course there's no real point in doing that anymore, because I mean the Dallara IRI1 is apparently getting a World Championship Series at the back end of this year. Not too sure how well that's going to work, because of course all the races I've ever seen in it are just a disaster. No one's really enjoying the car at the moment. We've only got 5 laps to go of this race. There's going to be a lot of chatting, I think, as well throughout this series. But yeah, the Dallara IRI1 unfortunately was a bit of a flop. I can't say I was too surprised by that. I think making it C license, I want to say, for all like the races were like an hour long as well, and just people didn't have the attention span or the willingness to sort of learn quite a weird handling car. It sort of felt a bit boat-like as well in a couple of instances, and then the combos as well weren't particularly great in it either, so it made it a pretty uninteresting car quite quickly. The concept was brilliant. I absolutely love the idea of sort of like a V10. I mean, we saw it on Race Room already, haven't we? Obviously the V10, the modern aerodynamics, everything like that. It had the combination to be something great, but people don't play iRacing for those sorts of ridiculous cars. People like iRacing for the GT3s, the Porsche Cup cars, everything like that, you know, some proper close racing. And unfortunately, as we see in Formula 1, you can't get too much close racing, unfortunately. And especially when you've got people that aren't very good at Formula 1 cars. I mean, a lot of people have probably jumped in if they've got like their C license. They'll have come from like Ferrari Challenge and things like that, obviously in the 488 GT3. But it's just not the same sort of energy, so you can sort of see why, unfortunately, it was never going to work out the way I think a lot of people wanted it to. Dale lost a couple of tenths to us that time round as well. So we are still just slowly pulling away from him at this stage of the day, but 3.5 laps to go once more. We're getting there. We're getting towards the end of this one. With the #1 car on the windshield. Hopefully we're going to prove ourselves as the #1 driver in this race as well. But I mean, skip barbers, that'll definitely be one we have to dive in with VR as well. You know, that's sort of what I'm thinking, you know, do some series with some close action-packed racing. You know, the VR will really help, really sort of immerse myself as well. I mean, just having a look around, everything like that, you seem like you've got the netting on the side, everything like that. It's just so cool to see. I might disable the virtual camera as well, obviously just we use the actual in-game mirrors. But obviously it gets a bit of a pain, obviously switching between accounts and things like that. Obviously on my main, obviously racing on my TV as normal with everything. But yeah, we'll wait and see as to how we get on with everything like that. But yeah, gap to Dale, yeah, just starting to open up once more. I think he's sort of accepted P2 is all he's going to be able to get from this one, which is good going as a #3 car. Things you love to see. But yeah, I mean, we've still got Bad Rule behind. He hasn't dropped back too much, I don't think. Or was he about... No, I think he was about 5 seconds back, wasn't he? So it has just slowly dropped back from us as well over the course of this race there. Macal's still 4th, Alejandro in at P5. They're ahead of JJ and Kyle. So Kyle has recovered back up into P7 of this race. So he might be able to get P6 off JJ before the end. But yeah, I don't know if our pace is just improving as well a lot. Yeah, no, our best is still that 1:04.3 from very, very early on. But we're still setting consistent lap times here. We might try and go for a couple of attacking laps at the end. Let's see what we can do then on this lap. See if we can try and get close to that 1:03. Ooh, car stopped on the left. Who's got issues? There he is. Thank you. Was that Takashi? I'm going to guess that was Takashi, yeah. So we have still got 9 cars in the run-in here. Ooh. Yeah, let's try and go brave on the brakes. Really sort of got to carry the brake in. You very much, I think it was Jackie Stewart used to say, there should never be a time where you're not on the brakes or on the throttle in a race car. And this thing really does sum that up. You don't really coast it a lot around many of the corners here. I think this final turn is probably one example. Even then, no, you're pretty much on the throttle or on the brake still. Or at least I am anyway. Perhaps that's why I'm not particularly great still on iRacing. But final lap then, what was that? That was a 1:04.4, so we definitely can still improve on the final lap of this race. Not if I break that early into turn 1 and take that much curb, however. But let's just wait and see there. But yeah, this has certainly been a good fun one. Pretty much led from start to finish, however, which is exactly what we needed in our very first race on iRacing. And of course, once we get our iRating and things like that, there will be a lot of tougher challenges to come. But of course, early days is just about trying to get out of the rookies here. That was brave through there. Don't want to do anything stupid on the final lap. Somehow no instant point either. Tsukuba pretty easy going for that sort of thing. But in towards the final corner then of our very, very first race back on iRacing. I won, I think, my first 4 races back on my main account as well. That was back at... oh, what's that track called again? I absolutely love it as well. It's brilliant fun. Did a race around there in the VRS series last season. I can't remember it, but round in the final corner, we're going to take the dub here in the Mazdas as well. Their 1:04.7 final lap wasn't particularly brilliant as well. But first win on the board. Very, very happy with that one as well there. And that has been brilliant, brilliant fun. Let's go back and see what the iRating and everything like that was like. So there we go then, first dub on the board. I'm guessing, yeah, this was a split 5 race. We weren't even in the bottom split in the end there as well. But plus 21 on the old SR. We actually beat a C-Class driver there with 1200 iRacing as well by 7 seconds in the end. But Badrell, I think, also is getting promoted from that one. The same can be said for Alejandro, so good job to those guys. 4 instant points out. Did anyone get away with 0? Edgar and Duncan didn't even start the race, so they didn't gain any from that one as well. So yeah, everyone did pick up an instant point there. Badrell, though, only the 1x, hence why he got 0.7 on the old SR as well. But obviously no iRating gain for us. Only, well, I mean, we had a couple of C-Class guys, a couple of D-Class guys in there as well. But yeah, that was really, really good fun. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. Let's have a look where we're going to be heading next week for round 2 of the year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Okayama. So really, really looking forward to that one. It is the full course as well, which is always good fun to see there. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon. This calendar does look absolutely sick as well, I must admit. But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with another iRacing VR video.